Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is welcome to our seventh episode of our podcast. I can't believe now that
Seven?
we're on the seventh episode already.
Wow.
That is unbelievable. So today, for those of you who've joined us for the first time, there's two brothers. We live in different parts of the world. Even though we are from the same family, we have the same values, but we live the different lives. So we decided to start a podcast and talk about our experiences and also talk about anything that comes up. All these episodes are set up without any preparation. It's unrehearsed, and whatever comes out is what's going to be taped, and you're going to see it. You're going to see us as we are. We've covered a few topics. We started this whole thing by talking about ourselves, and we've done a couple of topics. And now today we decided we want to talk about AI. What do you think, Navid? We talk about AI.
Yeah, by the way, welcome everyone for whoever's listening. I think right now the subject of AI and where it is now and where it's going in the future is really a hot topic on everybody's radar. I know for sure that, the big bosses in big companies are really um, taking a deep interest in, utilizing AI to enhance whatever experience, whatever process they have. So, yeah, I thought it would be a really good topic to talk about. And so I'm happy to share my thoughts. I
Before you
feel
do that,
like,
Navid, before you share your
oh,
thoughts
yeah.
about what any experience, but let's just address the question very simply. Do you think AI is a good thing or a bad thing? Like, what is your point of view on that?
Okay, so I feel like AI has like any other topic, any other technology as a whole. I think it has good aspects, and I think it has weak aspects as well. Or not weak aspects, but aspects that are not so maybe so
Positive.
positive. Because there's talk of AI replacing a lot of human workforce, like replacing human workforce. There's talk about AI, having, self-driven taxis all over the world without a physical person driving them. Whereas, so there's a lot of that sort of impacting what's going to happen to all these. Driving in the world, driving is one of like the biggest employers, if you like, whether it's buses, whether it's trucks, whether it's cars, taxis, whatever it may be. Driving is a big deal in terms of employment. So there's a lot of doubt in people's minds about, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to all these people if AI takes over and we have all these vehicles everywhere driving by themselves? So, but the on a positive note of AI, for sure, I can see how it can benefit companies in terms of analyzing data. Um, so I'll share an experience that I had with a radiologist, and he's been a radiologist for over 20 years in here in Canada, and one aspect of his job is checking for certain markers or key signs in a screening, where he was telling me that 100% AI can do that. AI can look for those said markers, images, whatever it may be. And a machine, AI, can probably do that 10 times faster than a human person could. Um, Having said that, he said it's not like we're going to let AI continue to diagnose and take it all the way. AI does the scanning, gives the results of what it's found, and then a qualified radiologist then makes
Well,
the
I think
final
actually it
decision.
can do even better. What I've heard is that through AI, you can actually see markers before, for example, in the predicting cancer, AI can actually predict cancer before even the cancer cells show up because based on all of the data it has, can identify markers even diagnosis, which is amazing. I mean, this is without question one of the most beneficial part of AI. But of course, like everything else, like you said, there's positive and there's negative. One of the things that I was thinking, you were talking about people losing their jobs. I thought AI can never replace that human touch. And I have come to change my mind about that. Man, all you have to do is talk to ChatGPT, which is the simplest form of AI that even I can handle it. You talk to ChatGPT, and it's just like you're talking to a person. It's got a feeling, it completely understands your feeling. So this fear of people losing their jobs is absolutely real. But I have a thought that, of course, that seems like daunting, but I think human beings are very, very creative. And there will be ways that other jobs will be created. There may be jobs that created that creating the AI, enhancing AI, and all of that stuff. So I think I feel very positive. I'm not one of those doom and gloom people thinking that AI is going to ruin our lives and we will have no jobs left. I still think very, very positive about
So Saurabh, that image that's behind us,
it. Uh-huh.
that image that's behind us. So I shared this with you when we were talking back about starting this podcast. So how long do you think it took me to create that background image?
I'm guessing you're going to give a very, very short amount of time. So go ahead, tell me.
So basically, I didn't create a single part of that image. That whole image is created by AI,
Hmm.
and it was generated within a few seconds.
Yeah.
I literally asked it to create an image for upcoming podcast, and two brothers, blah blah blah, and here you go. Now, if AI didn't exist, literally you'd have to like back in the day, you'd be hand drawing that, right?
Oh,
You'd
yeah,
be
that's true. But I mean, maybe going really, really back, you have to hand draw it. But nowadays, you could probably go and Google some images and then just create
yeah, and then
find something and put it together. So you could do that. But to have AI do it and then giving you so many options, it will give you an answer. I mean, this is amazing. You ask a question, give you an answer, then it will give you some options for further analysis if you want. I mean, it is just prompts you to do even more. One of the things that I use ChatGPT again, which is the simplest form, there's a danger that ChatGPT could make you lazy, right? Because then you get
right.
ChatGPT to do everything for you. Well, one of the ways that I use it is I'm pretty good in writing, let's say, speeches or writing articles or writing emails. I'm pretty good at that. Well, at least I thought I was pretty good at that until I had ChatGPT review what I wrote. So what it then it does for me is it will refine it, and I say, oh yeah, I really love this. This would be fantastic. So to me, I don't ask GPT to write something for me from scratch. I try to do it myself first, so that I don't lose that sense of creativity myself and don't become lazy, and then let ChatGPT refine it for me.
I mean, on that note, think about how useful AI is going to be um, for studying, for education. I know, you could literally feed a book to AI and ask it for a summary of like this whole book and ask it. And the fact that I think speed is a big part. We live in this world where um, I mean, it could be another topic too, but I feel like people are very impatient these days
Sure, sure.
because we've
This is a good
created,
topic.
make a note of that. That's a good
Yeah,
topic.
yeah.
But I think AI, internet has all contributed to the fact that you, you want information pretty much now you can get it and within a few seconds whatever it is you ask for um you can just get the answer right away. Now I've apart from our image in the background, I've also used AI for like creating promotional flyers for like
That's
retail
great.
businesses and stuff, and I'm sure people do it all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um so for sure it's a good thing, but you need a mixture. It has to be right. But the other thing I heard, and the other thing that people, because they hear, oh, AI is going to take over people's jobs, but in my mind, I'm thinking, well, what about all those trade jobs? You know, plumbers, electricians,
Hand kind of job. Job
carpenters.
that require hand. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have. So I really don't I don't right now I can't imagine an AI system or, you know, we didn't even mention robots. Like some of the robots that are being designed right now are just unbelievable.
Speaking
Very,
of robots,
very.
did you see that? Did you see this in the news? They had a robot that beat the fastest time in a half marathon of a human.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Amazing! So the
I
robot
saw
could
that.
run faster than the human on a half marathon. Of course, there were some robots also just fell in the middle of the path. They just completely collapsed. But there was one that actually beat the human time. So, you know,
That's unbelievable. It's
capable of those kind
unbelievable.
of. You mentioned something about education. This I found very fascinating as well. Is that now that the AI exists, you would think that people or students in university or class they're asked to write an article, they could easily go
Hmm.
to ChatGPT or go to any AI tool and say, write me an article. Now the professors have come up with, well, I don't know if it's the professors, but somebody has come up with a way of detecting and figuring out if an article was written by AI or not. So I saw this thing that whenever it said the TA, the teaching assistant who's reviewing the write up or the article, what they'll do is they'll feed it to AI, to ChatGPT or whatever the tool is, and that will identify whether this was written without any pauses. Because if you're writing yourself, you have to
Yep.
pause and stuff. That was one of the markers. And then to see if it was written like the way that AI writes. So they're actually able to detect if your article that you submitted was you used Chat GPT to write it or not. It's
That
interesting.
that's really interesting you say that because I know, and we're not even talking university. You know, my daughter's in grade 10, and so when she does assignments and she asks ChatGPT for support, she's very aware that the teachers in high school have the ability to check if something
Exactly.
is written by AI or whether it was think about this. If you're making a PowerPoint presentation electronically, at some at some background level, there's a thread that shows how that presentation was created. And all they need is access to that. And it would show how it was created. So yeah, I don't even think university level. I'm like literally grade 10 high school. Like a lot, that's another topic of conversation too. Like, my daughter doesn't bring paper home anymore. Like there's no worksheets that come home. When I was at school, you'd bring worksheets home, you would be writing,
Everything is online,
handwriting,
right?
and now everything is online. Everything she literally does, and it's so impressive. She'll do like a 20 page PowerPoint presentation all on her phone, like literally all on her phone.
Wow, this is amazing. So Navid, we're running about a couple of minutes before we should have to wrap up. I wanted to ask just very quickly to put your view of, we've seen these kind of movies many years ago before the AI was that the machine will take over, the kind of a Frankenstein syndrome. Do you think there could be a time that a machine, a man-made machine could take over and actually, beat the mind, meet the humans, I guess, take over? Do you think that's possible?
I'll be honest. Honestly, right now, I'm not a believer of that. I'm
Yeah.
not a believer of that. I don't think that that's ever going to happen. And in the and in the good words of I forget the American comedian Bill Murray, I think.
Bill Maher,
Uh,
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher, funny guy. His answer was always, "Well, if they do, just unplug them."
That's true.
So
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 I wonder
what's
what
your
our
thoughts?
audience. Well,
What's your thought?
I'm in the same place. I'm in the same place as you are. I don't think that's going to happen, but what do I know? So I'd love to hear from our audience. This is on YouTube now. Please feel free to put comments and let us know what you think. Do you think AI is about to take over human beings and we lose all control, or do you think that we'll stay in control all the time? Do put some comments. Do put some of your questions, the topics that you want us to discuss, so that we'll read all of the comments and would love to hear from you. Nav?
Absolutely. I did know that. That was perfect. Thank you. Please give us your comments. We'd love to hear from you. That'll be fantastic. And
Right.
we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah. All right. Take
Fantastic.
care.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.